The Australian, who abandoned the PGA Tour for the controversial Saudi-backed event after reaching world number 2, finished with a 3-under 69 to win by 3 shots at the Chicago Invitational. Was his decision solely based on money? What were his reasons for participating in the tournament and what the victory meant for him? Also, what does this mean to the future of golf in general? Watch this video to the end to find out. First up, the $4 million award put the LIV Golf versus PGA debate to rest. Cameron Smith, who has been receiving a couple of petty acts from the PGA Tour following his move to the rival LIV Series, promptly resumed his winning ways, defeating the Chicago Invitational by 3 strokes and winning the first-place prize of $4 million in the first 2 LIV Golf competitions. Smith had a 3-stroke lead going into the 3rd and final tournament day at Rich Harvest Farms. He had recently signed a deal with the breakaway competition from the PGA Tour, purportedly worth $140 million. Smith coughed up the lead despite having a large one because of a slow start. With parts on the 1st and 3rd holes and a birdie on the 2nd, Dustin Johnson, who finished day 2 in 2nd place, gained access to the field thanks to the 29-year-old. Smith made a stroke on the 5th hole before bogeying again on the 6th, giving Johnson a 9-hole lead. Although a bogey on the 16th threatened to complicate matters, Smith's birdies on the 11th further separated him from the chasing group. The Australian superstar quickly recovered, however, making back-to-back birdies on the 7th and 8th to retake the lead and push Josh back. By making a birdie on the 17th hole to regain a 3-stroke lead, Smith made sure that wouldn't happen. With a birdie on the 18th hole, he put the icing on his cake and finished the competition at 13 under. Next up, Cameron Smith's victory statement is an aiming dig at critics. What did Smith have to say about speaking following his triumph then? As we move along, it's noteworthy that Smith recognized that the victory was crucial in quelling some of his critics, especially those who had predicted that he would struggle in the new league. He claimed to preserve his legacy and show himself and others that he is still a brilliant golfer. Although he wasn't his best for the first 8 or 9 holes of the round, the golfer still made a few good putts as he neared the finish line. He appeared satisfied with how he persevered on the course that day, and it was gratifying to witness Smith at his peak once more. Next, why did Smith choose to play for the league supported by the Saudis rather than maintain his reputation and rating with the PGA? Because of its team format, Smith has ranked his current standing in golf among his top 2 global rankings, ranking it above money. The Australian believes that LIV Golf represents the game's future. He made his debut this week and said that professional golf needed to depart from the traditional and old-fashioned methods of the PGA Tour. He argued that since things have been this way for a very long time, a small change is necessary. For him, 54-hole competitions are the future. Thus, golfers need to pique the interest of younger spectators at the current venue. This does not imply that the decision is not influenced by money. He did not attempt to refute it. Smith is then content to return home. What more do we require? Putting our ideas aside, we must accept a golfer's choice and acknowledge their right to choose the league that best suits them. Smith is delighted about this chance to visit his native country, securing his participation in the future competition. Cameron Smith on his return to Australia, what it means to him, and the future of golf. The golfer claimed that winning the championship twice is impressive and enjoys visiting Australia. He would also play this time to see old friends and family. He also expressed his excitement about donning his maroon jersey once more. Is the Saudi-backed league's promise of millions the only inducement for stars like Smith? We're left to ponder why such a large number of PGA Tour competitors are making the jump to the LIV circuit. We're aware of your thoughts. The series has no trouble setting up outrageous prize money and enormous signing offers, especially given that they receive all of their funding from the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund. The 4th round of LIV Golf began today with a $20 million prize pool and a $5 million team award. And even that is just the tip of the iceberg. We're confident that everyone has heard about the $700 to $800 million offer they made to Tiger Woods in response to the claim that players were being attracted to the Rebel Series by the enormous sums of money being awarded. South African golfer Gary Player said he wouldn't exchange his 9 major victories for even $1 billion. Furthermore, he stated that it required a lot of work to complete the Grand Slam on the PGA Tour and the Senior Tour, making him the first man to do it. He mentioned his tour experience, saying that it had allowed him to travel the world, meet fantastic people, and gain much knowledge. He saw playing on the tour as an educational experience that golf lacks in all respects. We also shouldn't overlook the extreme abuse these players face from tour fans. We have to believe that they're establishing themselves directly in the form of life to better the future generations of golfers. Money cannot be their primary objective. Next, we have Fox News about signing gaining media rights for LIV Golf. Every important media organization is in discussions with LIV Golf for a TV branding arrangement, and Fox Sports has the upper hand over the rival front office. Sports reports that Fox has never-ending #1 life thanks to insider sources. The chief media manager claimed that they required transparency and a pricey viewing platform so their supporters could watch sports on the networks that they're accustomed to. These claims, however, come after Wall Street reported that LIV declined to work with ESPN, CBS, and NBC, and that both Apple and Amazon declined to partner up for streaming arrangements with the tour. This isn't surprising, as the tour has reached new media-related controversy heights, and channels will be wary of carrying it. How did Smith and Leishman get sucked into it then? Greg Norman convinced Mark Leishman and Cameron Smith to sign up for the Saudi-sponsored series by offering them a 25% stake in a LIV Golf franchise. At the same time, earlier this year, negotiations to oust Adam Scott from the PGA Tour fell. According to Norman, who spoke to the Sydney Morning Herald about the wicked LIV Golf 6 event taking place this week in Chicago, a decision regarding the venue for an Australian event in 2019 was about to be made. The 29-year-old Ann Leishman also received the keys to a franchise that Norman wants them to extend in Australia as part of Smith's rumored $140 million deal to leave the PGA Tour and join LIV Golf. Next up, PGA players speak out at BMW Golf Championship. The golfing war never ends. The personalized sign inscription Smith's advertisement has reportedly been replaced with a generic one that reads "Tour players only." If they go to LIV, they don't have any PGA Tour privileges at TPC properties, said Derek Sprague, general manager of TPC Sawgrass. A replica set of clubs from Smith's TPC Championship victory, as well as photos and posters commemorating Smith's win, have been removed from the TPC Sawgrass Pro Shop, in addition to the car park and playing privileges being revoked. Jon Rahm, Billy Horschel, and Rory McIlroy were among the PGA Tour players that rebelled against LIV players competing for the BMW PGA title in the most recent episode of the LIV Golf vs. PGA Tour spat. Given that the LIV players have defeated certain DP World Visit players and had gained back some of their world ranking points, they would not accept that their rivals had been permitted into the matches. They were particularly irate about that and hoped LIV wouldn't be able to win them back. It makes perfect sense why Horschel and other players would be irritated. These are challenging times for the sport on both sides. Although it was acceptable for LIV players to participate in the sport, they didn't always treat it with the utmost care. If you were a LIV player, the championship ensured that only the most deserving individuals entered the matches. Each of them earned their place, and it was their right to go. Since they wanted their world ranking points back as quickly as possible, it was also a win-win situation for them. The major's organizers have not changed their qualifying rules, but Smith, who earned $4 million for his LIV Golf victory and is currently ranked 3rd in the world, could find himself on the outside looking in because he can no longer earn world ranking points. That concludes this video, and thanks for watching. What did you think of Cameron Smith's latest match performance? Which other players do you want to see? Please let us know in the comment section below. Please rate the video and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.